So control of pumps. So currently we are following this course outcome. So I told you we are following this reference book, and all figures are taken from this reference book. First one is on off level controller. This one is a very simple one. So please note this diagram. This one is on off level controller, so note it. Okay, so here you can see that this one is the tank, and the capacity of tank is 1000 gallons. Okay, so this one is the conversion that you can see, that is 3.785 liter. 1000 gallons means 3.785 liter. Okay, now this one is a feed, where the feed flow rate is constant. Feed flow rate is 75 gallons per hour, or 4.7 liters per second. So this one is the feed flow rate, that is constant. Now here you can see a discharge pump, a centrifugal pump. This one is a centrifugal pump, and the discharge flow rate is 100 gallons per hour, 100 gallons per minute if it is on. If the pump is working, the discharge flow rate is 100 gallons per hour. If it is not working, the discharge flow rate is 0. Okay. So now here you can see two switches. The lower bottom one is level switch low. It is sensing the low value of liquid level. Then here you can see LSH, that is level switch high. It is sensing the high value of liquid level. So this one is switch, means it is switching this motor by using this value, low or high value. It is switching this motor. Either it is switching on this motor or it is switching off this pump. Okay. So please note what is the operation required. If the tank is empty, then LSL will switch off this pump. If the level is, means if the liquid level is small, means if the tank is empty, then we have to switch off this pump. So that one is achieved by using this LSL. Okay, so what will happen if the tank is empty? So this LSL is switching off this pump. So this flow rate will become 0 GPM. This input flow rate is continuously 75 gallons per minute. Okay, and you can see that the capacity of this tank is 1000 gallons. So what is the time required to fill this tank? Input flow rate is 75, output flow rate is 0. How much time is required to complete this process, means filling this tank? How much time is required? 1000 is the tank size, right? Divided by the input flow rate minus the output flow rate, means per minute this much quantity, 75 gallons are added per minute. Okay, so in order to fill this tank with capacity 1000 gallon, we require 1000 by 75 minutes. Am I correct? Because this is gallons per minute. So 1000 divided by 75, that much minutes is required, right? And what is the value of this 1000 divided by 75? 13.33 minutes. 13.33 minutes, right? So this much time is required to fill this tank. Okay, thank you. So this much time is required. 13.33 minutes is required to fill this tank. Once it is filled, then LSH will switch on this pump. Am I correct? Once it is filled, LSH will sense that high value, and by using that high value, LSH will switch on this pump. So at that point, this one is started, the pump is started, and the discharge flow rate is 100. Now you can see that the input flow rate is fixed, that is 75, and the discharge flow rate is greater than 75. So slowly the level will decrease. So what is the how much time is required to empty this tank? Again the capacity is 1000, and per minute 75 minus 100, 25 gallons are removed from this tank. Am I correct? So 100 minus 75, that is 25. Okay, that is 1000 divided by 25. Okay, 1000 divided by 25 means 1000 divided by 100 by 4. That is 4 minutes, right? Is it 4 or 40? 40 minutes. So this is 40 minutes. 40 minutes is required to empty this tank. Okay, so this one is a continuous process. Once this tank is empty, by switching off this pump, the tank is filled. Once it is filled, then by starting this pump, the tank is emptied. So this is continuously running. Is it okay? So for one cycle means one filling and one emptying. The time required is 13.33 divided by 40, 53.33 minute. 53.33 minute. Is it okay? So this one is the time required for one cycle. Means you can see that per hour the number of starts of this pump is 1 or rarely 2. Am I correct? Because this one is a cycle of that pump. So after 53 means after 13.33 minutes the pump is started. Then after 40 minutes the pump is switched off. Then again after 13.33 the pump is again started. Means the number of start per hour is roughly 1. Normally 1, rarely it is 2. Is it okay? What is happening if the tank size is 100? If the tank size is 100, what will happen? Instead of 1000, if the tank size is small, or if even if it is, or if this flow rate is different, definitely the cycle time, the pump operation time or the pump switching time will change. Am I correct? For 100 gallons, definitely to fill this tank, time required will be 1.33 minute. And to empty this tank, time required is 4 minutes. So the total time is 5.33 minutes. Is it okay? So you can see that for one cycle, the once operation cycle is 5.33 minutes. I think around per hour the number of starts of pump is around 11. Am I correct? 60 divided by 5 is 12. So this is 5.33. 60 divided by 6 is 10. So this is around 11. Number of starts are number of start is roughly 11. Right? So what's the problem with the number of start? So normally we are operating centrifugal pump, we are starting centrifugal pump, we are switching off, we are stopping centrifugal pump. So if you are starting centrifugal pump, it has to overcome the starting friction, Coulomb friction, it has to overcome. So the starting torque required is small. Means the starting friction is small. Starting friction is more means more heat energy is developed. So if the number of starts are more, the energy generated is also very, very large. Heat energy generated is also very large. Means power dissipation, energy dissipation is also very, very large. So to overcome that, the number of start must be less than, for a centrifugal pump, the number of start must be less than 15 per hour. Number of start per hour must be less than 50. If it is greater than 15, then we have to use more than one pump. If the number of start is greater than 15, we have to use more than one pump. Is it okay? Is it okay you? So please note here, if you are using more than one pump due to some reason, if the number of start of a single pump is greater than 15, then we have to use one more pump. Okay, one more pump is used. So this is first pump and this is second pump, and alternatively these two pumps are started. During the first cycle, first pump is started, then it is stopped. During the second cycle, second pump is started, then it is stopped. Like that way, alternatively, we have to start first pump and second pump. So at that point, we require an alternator. We require an alternator, a switching device. Switching device means switching pump 1 and pump 2, or we are alternatively selecting pump 1 and pump 2, that we require. Okay, so the output is going to pump 1 and pump 2 alternatively. What is the purpose? If the number of starts are greater than 15, we are using more than one pump. Okay, so alternatively we are switching either pump 1 or pump 2. So combine the number of starts of these two pumps is, say if it is 20, if the number of starts required are 20, then per pump that one is 20 divided by 2, that is 10. Okay, so means per pump the number of start is less than 50 per hour. So that is the advantage. Okay. So this is that particular diagram. So this is different. This is actually not used to reduce the number of start. This is actually used to split the range. Split the range means from LSL to LSH, one pump is used. From LSH to LSHH, another second pump is used. So here the purpose is different. Anyway, first note down this diagram. So note down this diagram. Okay. So in different way I can read this. Sorry, in different way I can draw this diagram. So this one is a tank. Now this one is the feed with flow rate 4000 gallons per minute for 4000 GPM. Okay. Now here I have two pumps. This is one pump. This is second pump. Okay. So this is pump 1. This is pump 2. Okay. So here the discharge capacity of each pump is 5000 gallons per minute. 5000 gallons per minute each pump. Now you can see that. So here you can see that this one is a discharge line. Okay. So this one is taking liquid from the bottom portion from this side. Okay. So now it have a level, switch, low. Okay. This is LSL, level, switch, low. Then it have LSH. Okay. Level, switch, high. Then it have LSHH. What is LSHH? Am I audible? So LSHH means level, switch, high means it is very high, means in order to separate this LSH and LSH, one more H is used, that's all. Okay, because there is no letter to represent the middle point, M. Middle value, that one is, there is no letter for that. Okay. So that is why LSHH is used. Okay. So please note here you can see that the input flow rate is 4000 gallons per minute. Again, the input flow rate is constant. Okay. So if the tank is empty, then both pumps are switched off. Okay. So the time required to fill the tank is, if the capacity of the tank is C, the time required, if the capacity of the tank is C gallons, the time required is C divided by 4000, that much minute is required. So this one is the time required to fill the tank. Once it is okay, so please note that if the capacity is C, then time required to fill up to LSH is C by 2. So the half of this tank is C by 2 divided by 4000, but that one is a capacity of one tank. Okay, so time required to fill up to this point is C by 2 divided by 4000. Once it is reached here, then the time required to reach here is again another C by 2. At that point also both tanks are switched off. Actually this time is not important, so simply we can take C by 8000. So please note the time required to fill this tank is C by 8000. Sorry, C by 4000. This one is C by 8000. This is another C by 8000. So the time required is C by 4000. So that much minute is required to fill this tank. So once it is filled, then LSHH is activated, which will start one pump. Say for explaining purpose, it will start the first pump, this particular pump. So time required to reduce the liquid level from LSHH, from this point to LSH is C by 2, that one is the capacity of this portion, C by 2 divided by, now you can see that the input flow rate is 4000, the output flow rate, that is this particular one, is 5000. So the difference is 1000, means per minute 1000 gallons per minute. 1000 gallons are removed per minute. So the time required to reduce the level from LSHH to LSH is C by 2 divided by 1000. Okay, so during that time this pump is operated. Now after that LSH will stop first pump and it will start the second pump. LSH will start the second pump. So time required to remove the remaining quantity is again C by 2 divided by 1000. Means what is the total value? C by 1000. Okay. So what is the operating time? What is the operating time of this tank? I am not saying about the pump. What is the operating time of this tank? Operating time of this tank is C by 4000, right, plus C by 1000. C by 1000. Is it okay? So that is equal to C by 4000 plus C by 1000. Means I think it is 5C divided by 4000. Am I correct? So I think this is C by 800. So this one is the operating time of both pumps. Even if we are operating these two pumps alternatively, the operating time is same. Why? For one portion, from this portion to this portion, one pump is operating. From this portion to this portion, second pump is operating. So per time, the number of start is same for both pumps. In previous case, in previous diagram, you can see that per hour, the number of start are reduced if you are alternatively selecting the pump. In that particular case, the operating range is not splitted. We are not splitting the operating range. But here what is happening? The operating range is splitted. From LSH to LSH, we are using one pump. Then from LSH to LSL, we are using another pump. Means in a particular cycle, both pumps are operated. Or in a particular cycle, both pumps are started. Means the number of starts per hour is not changed. Both pumps have the same number of starts. That one is not reduced. Then what is reduced? The operating time of one pump is reduced. You can see that in previous case, the operating time of one pump, if it is working, the operating time is C by 1000. If you are using the previous instrumentation for this particular one, then the operating time is C by 1000. But here, the operating time of one tank is C by 2 divided by 1000, means C by 2000. Means the duration of the operation of that pump is reduced, halved. Okay, so number of starts are not reduced. Operating time of that pump is reduced. Okay, so that's the difference between the previous instrumentation and this particular one. Here, the operating time is reduced, not the number of starts. So please note that. So what's the advantage if you are reducing the operating time? If the operating time is relatively large, then this one is the better one. If the operating time of a tank, if the cycle of a tank, the operating cycle of a tank, if it is relatively large, then I think this one is a better one, because the operating time of one tank is reduced. For example, if with the one tank, if it is operating for 15 minutes, by using instrumentation, that one is reduced to 7.5 minutes per hour. Okay. In previous case, in one situation, one pump is operating for 50 minutes, second one is off. During the next cycle, next one is operating for 50 minutes, first one is off. So the continuous operation is not reduced, continuous operation is 50. If it is operating, it is continuously operating for 50 minutes. Okay, so such differences are there. In first case, number of starts are reduced, operating time is not reduced. Here, the operating time is reduced, number of start is not reduced. Okay, so this one is on-off level controller. So with respect to our requirement, if we want to reduce the number of start, then we have to use this modification. We have to use this modification if we want to reduce the number of start. But please note, here the operating time of a pump, not tank, the operating time of a pump is not reduced. If it is working, it will work for the particular time. That one is not reduced. But here, the number of start is not reduced, operating time is reduced. Okay. So if you are worrying about the operating time, we can use this instrumentation. If you are worrying about the 15 starts per hour, if you are worrying about the number of starts per hour, then we have to use this instrumentation. Okay. So this is on-off level controller.